Welcome to the Fearlessly Fertile Podcast, episode 321, Fertility Fuck Up. You are not who they say you are. Hey, my loves, I want to have a serious conversation with you this week about something that I really think it's time that we take on. Last week, we talked about how Delulu is the Salulu. But I want to direct your attention to something that really speaks to the identity that we start to take on as we live this journey. Now, if you've been on this journey for any period of time, let's say you've had a number of losses, you've been trying for years, you've had failed IVFs, you've had other treatments that didn't work out, it's really easy to take on the identity of a fertility fuck up. And even though you might be able to wear the mask of, okay, I'm on this journey, I knew it could take a while, all this other stuff, deep inside, you are feeling like a fuck up. Now, this is particularly difficult if you have to this point, especially professionally and personally, not been a fuck up. If you've been the golden child in your family or professionally, you're just killing it. But yet here you're like stumbling and flailing and trying to find your way. It can be really unnerving. And we can start to take on our quote unquote failures, our, things that aren't going so great. And we can really start to internalize that and get confused about who we are. We aren't our diagnosis, ladies, and we aren't our past. We aren't our statistics. We aren't what they say we are. You get to decide on this journey exactly who and what you are. I have seen over the past 11 plus years, women, like the real impact of women taking on all this negativity, it turns them into an entirely different person. You take somebody who's a go-getter, absolutely slaying it in their lives, but as the months and the years and the treatments stack without a positive pregnancy test that turns into a baby, you can really take on this heaviness, this darkness, and this just overall sense of like, why am I here? What is my purpose? And start to circle the drain of fear, doubt, and negativity. So I want you to consider a different avenue, consider a different option here. And that is reclaiming who the fuck you are on this journey. You are not a statistic or a series of statistics. You are not your diagnosis. You are not who the long-faced naysayers in white coats, if you happen to be miserable and have those people on your squad, I'd encourage you to get them off. Because here's the thing, there are glorious white coats that would love to come in, love on you, support you, and help you make your dreams come true. Because as part of this non-fuck up identity that I'm inviting you to claim, you call the shots, baby. So who do you want to be on this journey? What is the identity that you choose to assume? Are you going to be the woman who ends up giving up at the end of the day because everything she was doing was starting to seem crazy to the people around her? Are you going to be the woman who gets to 70 years old and realizes that she fucked up? She didn't go for the dream and she spends the rest of her life in regret. Are you going to be that? Or are you going to decide here and now, right now, in this moment, as you're watching or listening to this, that you are not a fertility fuck up, that you are a woman with a dream, that you are going to be the woman who keeps going, that you're going to be the woman who figures it out. You're going to be the woman that stops asking how, but steps into her vision and allows the how to come to her, allows herself to be resourceful, allows herself to be creative, steps into the wholeness of who she is, and stops apologizing for the inconvenience of her dreams. Are you going to be that? Or are you going to allow other people to pin the identity of being a fertility fuck up on you? I remember what that was like. I remember being terrorized that people would find out I was struggling with something that was a biological basic because I was slaying it in my career. But at some point later, before we conceived our son Asher, I came to the realization that no, I'm not a fertility fuck up. I am a woman who is stepping into the next level of who she's becoming. And my boo, he's here today because of it. So I want to encourage you, Mama, no matter where you are today, consider this an invitation, a wake-up call for you to reconsider the identity that you have kept to this point. You might have had the label geriatric put on you, maybe a poor responder put on you, maybe a difficult case put on you. But I would invite you to consider that none of those things are true. Or if you choose to keep some of those labels, let it be a yes and. I am a poor responder and I will find the right solution for me. Or maybe you might say, yeah, I'm a poor responder to shit that doesn't work for me. Maybe you'll reclaim that label that way. But the point is for you to take some time and really consider, what is the identity that I have taken on? Because you gotta wake up, Mama. Here's why this is so important. If you don't reclaim your identity on this journey, other people get to decide who you are. You will just take on everything that people are saying to you about you and your fertility. You have to love your dream enough to step out of that garbage and step into the woman who you truly are. The woman with a dream. The woman who found the love of her life and is having a baby. Or the woman who decides that she wants to be a single mom by choice and this is the next step in her journey to happiness. Whatever the case may be the woman who takes responsibility for her own identity. We're grown, sisters. We are grown. We don't need to be taking on labels that other people put on us. We're not fertility fuck-ups. We are fearlessly fertile. That's who you want to step into being. So I encourage you to take some time. Take some time today. Don't just let this rattle around in your brain. Take some time to write out, who are you from here on out on this journey? Are you going to be who they say you are? Or are you going to be the woman who claims and steps in to being fearlessly fertile? And if you want my help getting there, my Fearlessly Fertile Method program has helped women from around the world make their mom dreams come true. So go to my website, www.frommaybe2baby.com, and apply for an interview there. We work with women who are committed to fertility success, women who want to get and stay pregnant in the next 12 months and say hell yes to covering their bases, mind and body. Because the mind and body work together, baby. What's going on with your fertility is a symptom of something else. It starts up here. And if you don't have a mindset for success on this journey, baby, you got a gaping hole in your strategy. Let's fix that shit and set you up for success. We fly with the eagles, baby. We don't cluck with the chickens. So if you want my help getting and staying pregnant in the next 12 months, go to www.frommaybe2baby.com and apply for an interview there. Till next time. Change your mindset, change your results.
Love this episode of the Fearlessly Fertile podcast? Subscribe now and leave an awesome review. Remember, the desire in your heart to be a mom is there because it was meant for you. When it comes to your dreams, keep saying hell yes.